Because, well, your teammates are flanking. Look at this. Plus, if you're not there, you're not getting anything. The AD carry's job is to do damage. You just farm this game mostly. This is why you had... Do you remember when I told you that you have a good farm? That was a joke. Because you don't have a good farm if you AFK farm and you ignore your teammates like this. Anyone can do that. If I put a bronze 4 players to just stay bot lane and never follow his team, he's gonna have 10 farm per minute. That's not the concept. The challenger player is in the fight and has 10 farm per minute. What's going on, guys? Besides here, into today's video, we're gonna learn a lot of things about AD carry. This is a Diamond 3 coaching session, so you will see how I teach this guy. That is how I teach this guy how to get from diamond to master tier. So all of the tips are actually gonna apply for any rank below grandmaster. So you'll learn a lot if you watch the whole video. Remember that what you're seeing right now is a premium personalized coaching session. This guy booked his coaching with me when he was hard stuck in silver 2 with around 45% win rate. Right now, after around 2 weeks, he climbed instantly to gold 2 just from one coaching session. This is another person that climbed from platinum to master tier with my coaching. Here is another guy, gold to master tier, currently actually pushing for grandmaster with my coaching. Are you tired of feeling stuck in your current rank and unable to climb the ladder? Or do you find yourself struggling to convert winning games and make progress? If you're serious about improving in League of Legends and you want to get your gameplay to the next level, go ahead and book your own personalized coaching session and start instantly. I'll see you in the session. Because you're prioritizing too much your waves, and your teammates are also important. I mean, I don't say you should ignore your farm, but in this specific case, they are very low and Udyr is in danger. Plus, if you think about it, let's see. If you think about it, with this minimap, Sion and LeBlanc, they are already there. And you knew that they are there, because right now when you push, they are moving. So nothing should stop you from moving in. Yes, you should think about Morgana, but Morgana is in fucking Africa. Her binding is this range.
Yeah, but here the Jhin W concerned me, and then I just walked back way too late. Like here I should have went back. So and then I walked through it, and then
you walked through it. Yes, you walked through it. Yeah. And Jhin W doesn't have it. He just used it. Did you see that? And look at this. Look at this. Look at the Jhin W. Jhin doesn't even have W.
Yeah.
This is really bad. You are too scared, but you need to be here. If you are here, you can just get the Dark Harvest stack and a kill. And now you're just moving like this. Well, I mean, sure, this is okay. At least you're hovering the play, and then you just go back to bot lane. But this is a pattern that can hold you back just insanely. Like this is why I asked you if you hover D1, because I didn't think you hover D1, D2 with this playstyle. Because this playstyle is basically fuck you team. I don't care about you garbage guys. And you're gonna lose games. I mean, it's good to be selfish on AD carry, but too much selfishness will lead to this, where you're too scared to like commit a little bit for the team, because it was risky, but it wasn't too risky. We just need to like work on this playstyle of just being more closer to the team and just hovering them more. But we're gonna see in the next situations. Okay, 10-0.
The solution for this is like F1 keys more?
You can, but I think that you can just move your camera. Like literally, just hover your camera there more longer. Like F keys is not really a must.
In that situation, I was like
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster, but you cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube. This is only on Patreon. They're exclusive. This is just $5. Go ahead and check it right now.
I was not sure what to do, and the whole situation was too much for me to handle, because I got slowed and I didn't see where Morgana was, and something at Drake was happening. So yeah.
This is because you're probably thinking that, and you're seeing the next place, you're probably thinking too much about yourself and not about the team. As in, the fact that they move on the river there, this should be more important than the wave. This should be, like, the moment you see a fight on the river, should instantly pop in your head, okay, fuck, they're fighting. And it's not like a fight that is here. Because if it would be a fight that is super far from you, you'd be like, you know, I can push and maybe I can look to follow in the future. But no, the fight is here. The fight is super close to you. So in that case, you want to be like, okay, shit, I need to move. Whether I take 1 minute and I move or just move instantly, I have to do something. So there had to be something in your cells that are telling you right here. Here you should be like, oh, Udyr is there, LeBlanc is there, I feel forced to move. There is no threat from the Morgana. They have So of course you don't want to die. You want to follow. It's important. Because, well, your teammates are flanking. Look at this. Plus, if you're not there, you're not getting anything. The AD carry's job is to do damage. You just farm this game mostly. This is why you had... Do you remember when I told you that you have a good farm? That was a joke. Because you don't have a good farm if you AFK farm and you ignore your teammates like this. Anyone can do that. If I put a bronze 4 players to just stay bot lane and never follow his team, he's gonna have 10 farm per minute. That's not the concept. The challenger player is in the fight and has 10 farm per minute. So this here, you should basically feel forced to move. Unless there is something big that can kill you in the lane, in which case you say, no man, I don't want to die, sorry. Because I agree with you, you don't want to die here if you're scared. But what was the risk here? Getting eaten by this guy? Because he didn't have W. He has 12 seconds on W. And Morgana was super far.
I think the main problem here is that I always had in mind, at least I thought so, that I'm playing a 1v2 lane. So
I see.
I don't want to do anything except farming here.
I see.
To be honest.
You can have a little bit of trust on the support. Not too much, but a little bit of it. There it is about the Udyr and about the LeBlanc moving. And about the fact that the Morgana is also like very far away from you at that point. Okay, so let's see. 10 minutes the pattern. Let's see what pattern you have here. Okay, this pattern. This is very crazy. Let's see. We're fighting. You're hovering your support. That's good. What is the most important thing right now? Option number A, hit them. Option number B, run. Option number C, tank the Jhin R for Senna.
Last one or run?
Yes, what do you think? Here.
Yeah, I'm stepping up.
So what should you be doing?
Well, either running to Senna or running to the turret.
Okay, so let's say you're running to Senna right now. What's the risk?
Just getting killed.
Okay, and Senna is... This is the Jhin ultimate. Senna is right here. Why do you need to tank it? She's away of it. Plus, you're super far from her. You're not gonna get on her.
Yeah.
So then, what is the worst thing that you can do after the Jhin shots ult?
Walk at them?
Yes. Already Q is bad. There is no reason to throw Q here. This click is horrible. This click is horrible. Horrible click. Horrible click. Horrible click. This is even worse. Auto attack. And then here you just eat. That's fine. But the priority of this fight was... I need to get the fuck out of here. It wasn't... Okay, I need to turn. See? This is definitely a big pattern. So when you see a fight like this, when you know you can't reliably do something... of course, if you would be close to the Senna, you can consider just tanking the shots if she's super low, which she is. But in this kind of situations, you just want to save yourself. You don't want to go and die with her, because Morgana is binding right now, and you're just like auto-attacking her. I mean, you have cleanse, but it doesn't really mean anything. So we played very poorly the fights here. Okay, pattern. Okay, let's see this one. 11-0-0. You recall. That's good. You go towards... Okay, so you take potion, you go to bot lane. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, 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 yes. Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay, so you go to bot, that's fine. Right here. He's fighting, and the moment he's fighting, you insta-moved. This is what I want to see from you. One.
Yeah, usually I'm also looking, but...
This is what I want to see. This is good. Move, 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 move. But don't move back.
Don't you think it's just dead play?
Well, theoretically, if he goes like this and he goes to Senna, and you have ultimate, you can maybe get a kill. The problem with this play, well, in this case it was fine that you leave. The problem is that very oftenly, you're leaving too fast. Like now, I wouldn't say... Look at this. Is he dead right now? Based on what I see on the map? Maybe he has flash.
I thought so, yes.
Well, theoretically he should be. There is 70%, 80% chances, but he goes flash out. They have Morgana by E.
He's jungler, right? So I can only do one. But I mean, he's 400 HP against 3 guys.
Well, how do you know he's gonna die? How do you know he's gonna die?
400 HP in the air?
200 HP.
400, right?
How do you know he has 400 HP? Right now this is 400.
No, there's more. But I
It's
mean,
like
it's a
800.
chain, a Q, W, R, and he's
What if
gone.
he flashes out instantly? Because the airborne is not a long CC. And then what if the Morgana is popping from the fog of war here with the E? The chain doesn't do anything, no? And then Q Morgana, and then LeBlanc plays static shift LeBlanc. This is not a build that you one-shot people necessarily now.
I guess so.
So in these kind of cases, you want to think about the worst case scenario. I'm not saying that you should move here if the guy is like this, that. What I'm saying is that before you leave the play and before you leave going there, you want to make sure he's dead, or like he's 100% dead. Because now he was 800 HP and you already leave. This is bad. Yes, I would move 2 steps. If you look at Ruler, if you look at Uzi, what they do here is exactly like you do. Look at this. They will move. Uzi will keep moving. Uzi will keep moving until here. And when he sees Udyr is 100 HP and he knows that he can't get there in time, he's going to go back to bot. What do you have to lose? Worst case, 1 minion. Worst case, yes, but if Udyr is stupid in the head, he's gonna go through river, and you can ulti maybe. The pattern is, so what I'm showing you right here is that you always give up your teammates too early for the farm, which is not always bad, but how you're doing it is a bit of like, I ignore my teammates kind of playstyle, and it should be like I play around them kind of playstyle. Okay, this was a camera control fight. Okay, let's see this one. So you push the wave. I was checking your games because I was very, so after I saw this playstyle, I knew for sure that you're hovering like lower Elon. You can't hover D1 with this playstyle because it's too ignore style. Even if high Elo pro players play like this, I think just mechanics alone won't win your games. So this is why I was just looking at this KDAs and win rate and everything. And then here you moved. This is good. You see the Jhin. Now you're trying to move. This is fine. But look at your camera. How much HP does Udyr have? How much HP does Vex have? Now you're looking, but you're already in the fight. You have to understand and you have to see the fight before it happens. You have to know what's going on inside of the fight before you actually decide to follow up. You know? So what is the problem here though?
You mean the camera?
Yes. But how should it be? That's my question. How should it be? Like what's the best camera, or like how is it like high Elo camera?
Well, either about around Dragon or around the jungler.
Yes, but the concept is that you have to keep the camera longer there. Like now, move your camera. Before you decide to go into a fight, you should look at the fight to see what's going on. Because now, you can say, okay, but I looked 5 seconds ago. Yeah, but if LeBlanc is there, 5 seconds will mean that she just used all of his combo and Udyr is 1 HP. Or she missed all of her combo and Udyr is full HP. You need to know that. So this is why you need to constantly look there. Before you go into the fight, you have to constantly look there. You can also look at yourself for like a second or two with spacebar, but you have to look there. So I was right last time with the camera. And let's see what happens here.
The camera's a problem still?
Yeah. It's definitely not a problem compared to what we saw till now.
Okay.
Those things are elephants and camera is like a little animal, but let's say. Okay, 1600. This was okay, and then we have the big bad play. Okay, 1600. Let's see. So you push. What are you gonna do after? You go for a word or okay, you see the guy on the river. Then you just recall. You look at the waves, and then you look to stay. That's fine. And you see all of your playstyle like here. You stay on the lane. You don't move away of bot lane. This is not good. You should just immediately move with Senna right there. You should stay around her. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Ah, okay. So this is the play. Okay, so this is not. This is just your playstyle. So usually, in this kind of cases, first I wouldn't really let Jhin to push like this. I would just walk up on the left and I'll try to poke. But if he pushes like this, it's obvious that he's gonna recall. So personally, I would walk up like this and look to kill him, or try to actually stop him. In this case, it doesn't like it. We didn't know exactly where is Morgana, even though we saw her a while ago. Look at this. We saw her for a second on the river. Jhin is there. Onto the recall. Morgana was here. Now you can walk up. There is no reason to stay here. So you have a little bit of a delay from the time where you have the information and the time when you can play more aggressive. And Morgana was faker and she just nicked into the brush. I mean, Morgana is stupid, in fact. She should just move to mid lane if Jhin is gonna go towards the base. But if she's smart, she's thinking that Jhin is recalling, Caitlyn is gonna push and she can freeze. So maybe she's high elo, but she's probably like randomly doing the right thing here, I think. So the rule of thumb is pay more attention to the minimap, and when you have information to stop the recall of the guy, think about what he has to do, and if all what he has to do is push the wave recall, try to look to stop him without risking dying. Because again, same thing with the follow on the map. It is important to follow on the map your teammates. It is important to stop recalls, but that doesn't mean you die for it, because that's not more important than not dying. And then the last play, I think, where you just lost the game, you push, you go mid. I told you to not stay with Kai'Sa. You push and you move to the teammates. This was beautiful. This is what you should be doing in the mid game. You should stay with your teammates. Now you saw Jhin pushing mid lane, but they are doing Drake. What should you be doing right now?
Probably just end Dragon.
Exactly. What is the risk right now? Because there is a risk if you stay at Drake.
Yeah, losing mid turret.
Okay, so we can lose mid tower and we get Drake. Or we can just go to tower, we save it, but what's gonna happen with this thing?
It's a coin flip.
Okay, well, you're probably gonna be lost. It's not even coin flip because you're not there. You're mid lane. Jhin has ulti, so he doesn't even need to be there. So you lose the Drake and you lose the fight, but you get mid tower. Or you lose the mid tower, but you win the fight and you get the Drake. Which one is better?
Yeah, Dragon.
Exactly. The objective that is done by the teammates is better. If all of your teammates want to contest Nash and the better play is to push mid, you still stay with your teammates. If the better play is to stay on mid tower, but all of your teammates or 3 people stay on the Drake, you can't just make plays by yourself. Like now, you can't just leave them. Because if you leave them, who's gonna do damage on Drake? I mean, you can say Senna. Ah, true, but Stas plays Senna and support. Look at this. If you're here, you have W, you have... Like now, there is no chance. It was still a hard fight, but it was a small chance that you win. If you go mid, you basically just give up the game. It's a big thing. Same thing when you were at Nashor. You're like,
But
okay...
is it not a 4v5 also?
Yes, but we have Varus ulti, we have Sion ulti, we have things. If we catch someone, we have a small chance. And it's not a 45 if LeBlanc had TP, but you went mid lane. LeBlanc had no reason to TP here. Look at LeBlanc. If I'm LeBlanc here, I'm not gonna TP for this. Caitlyn is mid. If I'm LeBlanc here, Caitlyn is mid, I'm not gonna TP. Look, at what point can I TP? Because Varus is away, Caitlyn is not there. If Caitlyn was there was a small chance, but...
I mean, you should have TP'd on the turret while it got pushed in, no?
When? Like now?
No, when I left. Dragon.
Like right now?
Yes, no, earlier. When she sees the Jhin. Because then everyone is there. He
like
was
right now?
top lane.
Right now?
For example.
Yeah, well, she could, but she probably just wants to pressure a little bit so the tower is gonna die by itself because it's gonna be this wave and next one. So if she pushes a wave, it's a slow push and then she TPs instantly. Plus, there is no real urgency because their engage is what? Vex ulti, but Caitlyn has cleanse. Then they have Jhin ulti, but we have Sion tank. Morgana Q is easy to... Like, they don't really have a Malphite ulti that she's scared that our team is gonna get engaged. But again, the concept is that you just want to give yourself a chance to win the team fights. If you just give up your teammates like this, it's gonna be really hard. So I think these are the most important patterns. And with these ones, if you fix them really clean, there is no reason to ever be D3. Ever. Because if you're hovering, like, and this is for every player, if you're hovering D4 and or like you're hovering, let's say you're D1, then you're D4, or you're gold 1 and then you're gold 4, you're plat 1 and you're plat 4, if you're hovering this much, like League of Legends is definitely going to be fluctuating. You're gonna be one rank and another day you're gonna be another rank. But if I'm hovering from like fucking Master 400 LP to D4, or if I'm hovering D1, 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 D2, D1 Master, D1 Master, D1, D2, D1, that's a difference compared to today I'm D1, tomorrow I'm plat 1. That means you're doing a big thing. So it's a red flag. if you're hovering like that, it's a red flag. That means you're doing something like this, like a pattern that is either you're ignoring teammates or you're trying to, like, I wouldn't say hold them back, but that's really what it kind of is. Okay, let's see what we learned in today's coaching session. So what do you think are the most important things here?
I guess playing around the teammates.
Okay, so we had a tendency to always be, well, not always, to most of the cases be selfish and not follow them or stay with them at Drake or never hover them for any play. Okay, what else?
Then we also had the wave management.
Exactly, wave management. That is basically understanding when to crush 2 waves and when to crush 3 waves.
Yes.
Perfect.
Then a bit of camera stuff again.
Still subtle compared to the others, but can be big after we fix first 2. Just these 2. These 3 things, I think these 3 things can already make you master tier. What else?
Then again, like base timings and stopping them.
Yes. Stop the recalls. Plus base timings. What else?
We talked a bit about the Baron play in game.
Yes.
Like where I just died.
Yes. So if say your whole teammate is a Drake and you want to contest Nashor by yourself, you'd rather just push the wave mid or do something else.
Yeah, and also a bit of the positioning stuff.
Positioning,
Like-
yes.
For those of you who are struggling winning and climbing in solo queue but are serious about getting better, I also do coaching for players that want to improve and get their gameplay to the next level. Coaching can't make you better if you just play normals and ARAMs and don't like playing ranked, or you don't care about improving, you just play for fun, or let's say you just play the game for like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours per week, and that's about it. Coaching doesn't help you. Coaching can help you if you feel hard stuck, if you struggle carrying games, if you want to stop wasting time autopiloting and not learning anything, if you run into a circle for a long time, if you want to find out the mistakes that hold you back, or simply maybe you have problems with the wave management, maybe you feel lost throughout the mid game, maybe you struggle with the decision making, macro, and you just want to learn how to do it properly from a professional coach. Or let's say you have difficulties checking the enemy jungle and you die a lot to ganks. Or simply maybe you just want to learn how to carry 1 versus 9 so you can actually climb and stop really wasting time. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and book your own coaching now and start improving instantly. I'll see you in the session.